Mental health. We've heard a lot about mental health being addressed by Prince Harry and his brother. I think they've been talking about it quite some time, but I just happened to notice they're talking about it because I'm following them a little bit more now. I want to take a few moments to look into this topic. And before I continue, I just want to disclose this. By any shape or form, I am not qualified to diagnose or advise anyone in this matter. Mental health is a serious matter and people should not take it very lightly. In my humble opinion, anyone who thinks that they have any mental problems, they should get help immediately. To say the least, I'm just looking into this topic for my own information and I want to share the process with you. On top of my head, mental health is something that has to do with the inner mind. Anything within the mind, it cannot be extracted by another individual, but the person itself. Only the person with the mental issue can express or extract his mental situation or information to another person. Only the person can extract his or her mental feelings. In other words, if anyone has a headache, another individual will not be able to know what is that person has, a headache. Just plain and simple. The disorder is concealed in the brain. The mental situation also falls in the category of stress, depression, unmotivated. And again, in my humble opinion, I truly believe that mental health is a very vast subject. I know there are professionals who have worked and studied these issues. The complexity of the mind is very endless. There are so many branches of the mind that may never be found, or there will never be any answer to their complexity. Just imagine every stage of one's life, from birth till death, there are vast mental issue and situation or branches that goes on in the mind. How can anybody diagnose each of these stages? Yes, there have been a lot of studies and professionals who look into certain branches, but they have help. But again, just on top of my head to think about it, every single issues in the mind or diagnosis and things like that, we may never find the endless cure for it. This is why mental is very important to look into from afar and as a non-mental health professional. Now I want to take a moment to check out some professional websites that tackle this issue. One of them is mentalhealth.gov. All right, so they have, for instance, eating disorder, some of the featured topics. So eating disorder, extreme emotions, attitude and behaviors involved with weight and food is a kind of mental health problem. Okay, so if you want to look into that. So okay, let's look at basic. All right, so basic is where I am. Basic mental health problems are common. However, most people with mental problems can get better. What is mental health? All right, so let's look at this. In mentalhealth.gov, I find that they have emotional, psychological, social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. Right, which is pretty much what I sort of touch base. Again, whatever I said previously is just my humble opinion, but this I'm looking from a professional website. It also helps determine how we handle stress related to others and make choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life. Oh shit. That's what I said before. Stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. And I sort of said till death, but okay, that's close enough. Over the course of your life, if you experience mental health problems, your thinking and mood behavior could be affected. Many factors contribute to mental health problems, including biological factors such as genes and brain chemistry. This is why I say it's pretty much endless. So there's no way anybody will ever find a specific cure for the whole mental health problem, because it's so many branches into it. just think about it. I mean, I took a what class did I took in college? Something 101, psychology. Oh, geez, psychology 101. They had some fancy words, Stigman, Freud, and all these things. It's just the basic of 101. I found it very complex, and it was really hard for me to really. I think I just wanted to get done with that class. Geez, it's very complex. So, but anyway, so life experiences such as trauma or abuse, family history, or mental health problem. So, if you, for instance, when they say biological factor, let's say, for instance, a mom who's been smoking or drinking or drugs abuse and whatever, so all these chemical things, synthetic, are going into the baby. And imagine the kind of other additional mental health problem that this child might be able to experience. So this is why the mental health is endless. It's so many branches into it. So obviously there are some very common ones which some doctors are able to find a cure and some medication. I don't think could there be a cure? I don't know. But again, that's my humble opinion. So those common mental health problems, they might be able to find either a vaccine or medication for it. But I find it very hard to believe there will be a cure unless it's something. Okay, you know what? I think it's best for me to just read what's there instead of me giving my opinion because I have zero knowledge in this. Okay, earn early warning and signs. Not sure if you or someone you know is living with mental health problems. Experience one or more of the following feelings or behaviors can be an early warning sign of problems. So, alright, so after this little paragraph here, I'll stop and then I'll look in the description to see if you find any additional website that I put or that I look into. So early warning sign. So eating or sleeping too much or too little, okay, pulling away from people and usual activities, having low or no energy, feeling numb or like nothing matters, having unexplained aches and pains, feeling helpless or hopeless, smoking, drinking, or using drugs more than usual. Okay, so that was my little, I guess, for biological thing example that I used. Feeling unusual, confused, forgetful, or edge, angry, upset, worried, or scared. So these are some signs. Yelling or fighting with family and friends. Experience severe mood swings that cause problems in relationships. Having persistent thought and memories you can't get out of your head. Hearing voices or believing things that are not true. Thinking of harming yourself or others. An ability to perform daily tasks like taking care of your kids or getting to work or school. Alright, so these are some signs that sort of could trigger some sort of a mental issues. So I will stop now, and because this is such a complex issue, I don't know why I even wanted to do this thing, but I'm just gonna share that with you guys, and I'll put some information. Just check the description for more if I find more information or websites. Thanks for watching.